The Pittsburgh Steelers are just predicted to make an absolutely insane trade, and hey, it's a weekend. Let's have some fun. And Bleacher Report just predicted a huge trade between the Steelers and the Tennessee Titans, and yes, it's for the number one overall pick. Pittsburgh gets a franchise quarterback. It's not crippling, but it costs the Steelers a much-loved player. And on top of that, wouldn't it be nice to just tell Aaron Rodgers to kick rocks? I mean, I think that would be a really satisfying thing. You guys should like that. You must be tired of hearing about him. Just say, go retire, man. I think the fact that he hasn't made a decision for the Steelers, I think it's just ridiculously selfish. So let's just get into this. This might be crazy enough to actually work. And let's kind of do some groundwork first. Let's talk about Russell Wilson. Played just okay, right? Finished the year with over 2,400 passing yards, 16 touchdowns, 5 picks. Lost the last 5 games, early playoff exit, and it just kind of led to a nonsense ending to the season. I think you guys should have stayed with Justin Fields. And now we're here in another place. Steelers brass, they opted to let both Fields and Wilson sign with other teams. Aaron Rodgers is holding the team hostage presently. About sum it up, right? But meanwhile, the Tennessee Titans currently hold the number one pick in the NFL draft, and reports have come out this whole pre-draft period that they're listening to potential trade offers. So looking at the Tennessee Titans, last year the Titans opted to roll with Will Levis as their starting quarterback. Wildly inconsistent, made some really good gifts if you guys were paying attention, but wildly inconsistent. And they're kind of in a similar decision space right now as the Steelers. You take the QB swing this year, or you get it together, you prepare for a great quarterback class in 2026. So I think Tennessee, they have to decide if Cam Ward is the answer for the Titans at quarterback for the future, or if they'd rather continue to build the roster with more draft picks. Okay, now here we go. I'm going to get right to it. With the current situation in Pittsburgh and Tennessee, Bleacher Report predicts the Steelers will actually offer star pass rusher T.J. Watt a few draft picks and give those to the Titans in exchange for the number one overall pick. So let's kind of break this down here. So in the projected trade, the Titans would get the number 21 overall pick, number 83 overall, a 2026 next year's second round pick, and next year's third round pick. And then you bring in TJ Watt. So once again, the Titans, what do they get? They get the number 21 overall pick. They get the 83 overall pick. That's Pittsburgh's third. And next year's second and next year's third. So we've got a number 1, a number 3 this year, a second and third next year, plus Watt. The Pittsburgh Steelers get the number 1 overall pick from the Titans. So in exchange, the Steelers get that number 1 overall pick and the number 103 overall pick. I mean, we can quibble about some of the draft payment here. We can go back and forth. We can tweak it a little bit. But what do you guys think about this? This is what Bleacher Report had to say. So a trade from number 21 to number 1, it feels like exactly the sort of move the Pittsburgh Steelers would not make on draft day, right? Trading away one of the best players in franchise history feels even more un-Steeler-like. And I agree. I've been watching you guys for a little bit. I'm kind of providing an outsider's view on your team, but this doesn't really seem like a Pittsburgh Steelers move, does it? But the Steelers are in a different place. They don't have a franchise quarterback. They're in a pretty harsh reality. Talented team, continues to stay in the playoff picture. Mike Tomlin keeps them there, but they don't have an answer at quarterback. And the preseason, they end up being irrelevant because of it. So we're looking at Pittsburgh's last playoff win coming after the 2016 season. And this is what Art Rooney had to say in January. And this is per ESPN's Brooke Pryor. We've had enough of this. It's time to get some wins. It's time to take these next steps. So what are you looking at right now? Maybe hitching the wagons to Aaron Rodgers? Mason Rudolph's here as really an insurance policy, but it still feels like a deal with Aaron Rodgers that it's probably imminent, but you've got to build for the future. So let's kind of look at what Pro Football Talk's Mike Floria had to say. He said that it's an absolutely safe bet that Rodgers is eventually going to sign with Pittsburgh. And if that gets you guys into a deep playoff run, so be it. But if you don't find your quarterback of the future, could be right back in your current situation next year. And if you're talking about TJ Watt, I mean, he's scheduled to be a free agent next season as well. What does that look like? So far, it doesn't look like the Steelers are going to offer him a huge contract to keep him in the Steel City. So you've also got Cam Hayward. He's very vocal, telling everyone that the team's in a state of emergency to pretty much anyone who will listen. The team's communicating as well. The ownership's communicating as well that the time to win in Pittsburgh is right now, for the sake of Cam Hayward, for the sake of Watt, for the sake of other veterans. And should the Steelers pick up the phone? Should they call the Tennessee Titans and see what it would take to trade up to number 1 overall? I mean, the Titans, they've made it clear that they'll listen to offers, but also they've made it very clear that they're more than capable. They're more than happy with drafting Cam Ward. So let's kind of look at this a little more. They might be thinking that although Cam Ward is the best in this class, you compare it to last year. Would he have graded out higher than Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels? You've got fringe guys like Bo Nix and Drake May. I mean, where would Cam Ward sit with those 4 quarterbacks? I don't know. I don't think he'd grade out higher than the top 2 that went last year, but they might be thinking, hey, let's get some ammo to shoot for Arch Manning next year. Let's listen to offers. So if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, would you be really upset if the Steelers made this trade? He just had a fantastic pro day, and I'm just going to kind of go through some of his strengths. He is a fantastic quarterback prospect, I'll be honest here. So elite arm talent, really an alpha dog mentality. The attitude to be a franchise quarterback is there. He's got that killer instinct. He's transferred 2 times, though. Really good leader. He's elevated 3 programs: Incarnate Word, Washington State, and Miami. And he just has the tools. He has the talent. He has the tenacity to do so. And he's the all-time FBS, all-time leader in passing touchdowns of 158. The guy's just a scoring machine. He's got a knack for big plays. He rises to the occasion in big games. He has a 100-mile-per-hour fastball with the football. He can squeeze passes into tight windows. He shows exceptional strength, great balance, body control. He stands firm in the pocket, but when he has to, he can make plays with his legs. 6'2", 219 pounds. He's a really improvisational quarterback as well. Arm strength to make off-platform throws, really accurate, but he is a little erratic. He is a little careless with the football. He does throw picks, but the guy's just a showman. The guy has a winning pedigree, and it's a guy that his magical moments, they far outweigh his miscues. But still, the guy's kind of a gunslinger. He has a talent to be a gunslinger, but that's really the only thing that makes people a little nervous about him, because he can overthrow receivers. It goes to the second-level defenders, and the speed of NFL defenders, way different than college, might pose a greater challenge for him, but it's hard to blow holes in him as a prospect. The question is, should the Pittsburgh Steelers consider making a move to get him? I think it's a pretty exciting prospect. You guys let me know. So proud of this channel. You guys have spent so much time here. Thank you so much for the subscribers. I'm going to continue as a Bears guy. As I always say, Justin Fields brought me here. Hatred for Aaron Rodgers might keep me here. I'm a Bears guy with the Bears channel. Check that out. But I'm going to continue to give you a day-to-day view of Pittsburgh Steelers football from an impartial, from an outsider's view, unless I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers. So appreciate you guys, and we'll talk soon.